Hi guys, welcome back to Chasing Cases with Maddie, of course. This week I am bringing you guys just a very odd and disturbing, eerie story that really just has no answers. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go chase some cases. Today we are going to be covering the case of Max DeVries. While traveling in Aruba on a family trip, Max was approached by a man in his 30s. After riding off with this man's alleged father on jet skis, Max was never seen again. Born in Brighton, Michigan to his parents Yvonne and George, Max was a happy kid. 18 months before their trip to Aruba, Max's dad sadly passed away, leaving Max with his mom and his sister Dominique. While trying to cope with grief and new life circumstances, the family took off on their trip to Aruba. In Aruba, the family was having a great time. In attendance were Max, Dominique, Yvonne, and Yvonne's sister. Staying in the La Cabana resort, the family began by having some time together by hanging out, exploring things, and checking out the water because the family was all avid water enjoyers. They grew up having sailboats when they were kids, so they all loved the water, especially Max. A few days into their stay, Max was playing a round of pool when he was approached by a man in his 30s. They began by playing pool together. Yvonne initially brushed it off due to people being overly friendly on vacations, just being out of their environment. This is when another man approached the family, claiming to be the man in his 30s' father, and that they were in Aruba celebrating the adoption anniversary. When he asked the DeVries family what they were doing the next day, Yvonne stated parasailing, and that is when the man asked if he and his son could tag along. Yvonne agreed to let them come parasailing, and the next day went on without incident. The families departed each other without further talks of another hangout. The next day, the same man approached the family and asked if Max wanted to go ride jet skis. Yvonne agreed and let Max go ride off with this man on jet skis. The jet skis were only rented for a short period of time, so Yvonne felt a little sense of security knowing that they would have to be back within that few-hour time frame. When they failed to return, the jet ski company was out looking for them on the water, unable to locate Max. This is when Yvonne began to panic. During this chaos, this is when hotel management went and knocked on the man's door, receiving no answer. It was at this time that they were unable to locate this man's son. Search and rescue boats were able to locate the man, but not Max. When the mysterious man arrived back at shore, he was covered in scratches, face, his neck, his arms, covered. When he was asked what happened, the man stated that he and Max went out to explore the sandbar, and when they tried to head back, they realized that one jet ski was dead. They decided to try and tow them together. They tied them, trying to tug the other one. And the man is claiming that he heard a thunk after he started driving, and he turned back and saw Max on the dead jet ski floating away. He claims this is the last time he saw Max. Due to the scratches on his body, this man was brought in for questioning. After the man returned from the water, suddenly his son returned to the beach. When asked about his whereabouts, the son claimed that he had slept the day away. During questioning, the man changed his story constantly, stating Max let go of the jet ski and decided to swim to shore, and then he changed it to seeing Max floating away on the jet ski, and then he changed it to, I called after Max and he didn't reply. Upon hearing the inconsistencies within the stories, Yvonne requested the Aruban authorities to do further analysis on the scratches and to collect DNA samples under the man's fingernails, which both requests were denied. On a weirder note, on their flight back from Aruba, the DeVries family was sitting together on a flight. The man and his son were sitting behind them, and towards the end of the flight, the man stands up and asks Yvonne if on the anniversary of Max's disappearance, if he can send her flowers. And that is the last time that the family saw either man. Now let's get into the suspects. The last man to see Max alive. He is the prime suspect. With all his inconsistencies and his stories just not lining up, it's clear that he's the main one, the main suspect. In 2016, Yvonne received a message on Facebook from a woman claiming to have dated this man's son. She included in her message details and statements made by this man and his son. One night, the older man was talking to his son and his son's girlfriend. He stated, "Has he ever told you about the 14-year-old boy in Aruba? Yeah, Max's disappearance messed him up." And another story claiming the best thing his father ever did for him was get out of trouble in Aruba. When the girlfriend confronted her boyfriend about why he was saying Max's name in his sleep, he got aggressive and violent. The man almost killed his girlfriend by strangling and stabbing her, and he held her at gunpoint. He only received 2 years probation for attempted murder. Even with all inconsistencies, no arrests were made in Max's case, and Max has never been located. The family still seeks answers and fights for justice, even though it's been over 22 years. But with that being said, that's the end of this week's episode. I send my love to the DeVries family. I send my love to Max. I cannot believe that story. Like, it's insane. Like, I understand it happened in 2004 and times were different, and so people had, like, less of a leash on their kids, but that story, it has always just boggled me. But anyways, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. That is the end of season 2. This is the season 2 finale. So with that being said, that is the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will get out of here. I'll see you guys next week for a normal vlog, and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for Chasing Cases. I love you.